In this video, we're going to learn variables and data types. First, let's create a new file and call it variables and data types. And we're going to import the source code from the previous file for simplicity. And change the title to variables and data types. Also, we will delete all the script contents as we're going to be starting that from scratch. So first of all, what is a variable? A variable is something we use in JavaScript to store a data value. We can store a number, we can store a string, and so many other things. Okay, so let's start with a first example. Okay, so what we done here is that we declared a variable using var. Okay, the name of the variable is x, and then we set the value of the variable using the equal sign to 3. So in one line, in one statement, we both declared the variable using var and we set it to 3. All right, so that's one way of declaring the variable. So we can check the value of x using the window.console.log. But first, we're going to need to go to the web browser and make the console show up using F12 and selecting console. Okay, so let's try window.console.log, and whatever we put in the bracket of log is gonna be appearing in the console. So if we put x there and then we refresh the page using F5, then we can see that the value shown there is 3. Okay, all right. Another way of declaring variables and setting their value is by declaring the variable first using var. So if we declare a variable called y in one statement, and then after that we can set the value of y to 5, for example. Okay, all right, so let's declare another variable z, and let's see what the console will return. So at the moment we haven't set the value of z to anything yet, but let's just see what happens. So window z, so it's going to be showing undefined, and the reason why is because z doesn't have any value yet. All right, we can add a string just before z saying the value of z is, and use a plus sign, so we're summing this string with this number, and this is what's going to show up in the console. So if we go F5, okay, still not working. Let's save first and now do F5. So the value of z is undefined. So this makes it easier to read the output. Okay, all right. Now we're gonna set z to the sum of x and y, and then see what output we get this time. So the value of z is 8. All right, we can also try something else. We can set z to x plus a string. Okay, plus y. So you've got a space there. Okay, so let's see what we get. So basically we can see that the new value of z is 3 space 5. Okay, so we're not summing up numbers 3 and 5, but we're getting a string here. And the thing is, if we look at the type of z, so we will understand what's going on. So when we summed x and y, if we want to see what the type of z is, so we're just going to go window.console.log, and so we want to see the type of z. Okay, let's just add some text before that. So the type of z is. So the type of z is a number. Okay, so let's see the output. So when we set z to the sum of x and y, we got 8. Okay, and that was a number. And then we set z to x plus a string plus y, and we got 3 space 5, and that's a string. All right, so now we're going to move to something else. We're going to declare some other variables. So we're going to declare a variable called greeting, and we're going to set it to hello, and another variable called first name. I'm going to set it to John, for example. And let's set another variable called message, and we're going to set it to greeting plus space plus first name. Okay, so if you want to show in the output the value of message is, let's put message after the plus sign, and let's see what we get. So the value of message is hello space John, and also we can check the type of message just by saying the type of message, and rather than message we want the type of message, and we will see that the type of message is a string. So sum of strings is a string. Okay, so let's try something else again. So let's go for, so we're going to define a variable called check, and we're going to set it to x equals sign 3. What this means is that we're checking whether x equals or is equal to 3. Okay, so let's see what we get in the output when we check the value of check. So or the value, let's add to that check, and let's see what we get. So the value of check is true because x is equal to 3. If we check whether x is equal to 5, for instance, then the value is going to be false. So let's check the type of check and see what data type we're going to get. So the type of check, so rather than check, we're going to have type of check. And basically the type of check is Boolean. All right. Okay, let's go for another variable this time. So we're gonna use an array. So we're gonna learn arrays in more detail later on, but for now we're just gonna declare a variable called my array, it's a good practice to use a capital letter for the second word if the name of the variable consists of 2 words. Okay, so let's set our array to 1, 2, 3. Okay, and now we want to check. Okay, first of all, let's see how the array is displayed in the output. Okay, so that's how it comes. And also let's check the type. So what type do we get for an array? Are we going to get array? Are we going to get something else? Let's check. Okay, and the type comes as an object. So it doesn't define the data type of an array to be an array, but it is an object because arrays are one type of objects, and we will understand what objects are later on in this chapter.